Welcome back, everyone. This is Sarah Felon playing Lady Knight Saga. As promised, I did some grinding off camera. Started out in the mountains, which is surprisingly good for money, especially if you go to one of those side screens where you get a lot of snow girls. But ended up going into the sewers to farm up some stuff there. For instance, the swimsuits that the surfers drop. It's simply a tight-fitting swimsuit. It is equipment as well as something that the researcher wanted. It's +2 defense, which isn't great, but really you're not using inner for defense, you're using it for resistances, and this resists holy. That may seem a bit odd, but as you may recall, the main or spirit elements in this game are fire, ice, wind, and earth, not water. Water is considered a holy attack. So, swimsuit protects against water, which means it protects against holy. Kind of like how light attacks are lightning. Anyway, we brought him the thing. Handed over a spare swimsuit. I had several. They drop them fairly often. And yeah, he's talking about, I think, is that the color? Like a deep... I think that's con. Yeah, deep navy blue. And yeah. Here's 700 gold just for handing that over. Okay, next he wants something from the Mike Nyan Nyan. Is that a cat thing? Mike? Tortoiseshell. So it's like a calico cat, I think. But apparently it drops some kind of fragrant grass or whatever that cats like, so sounds like catnip. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this means. Something about alchemy is like that skin that's not removing. That sounds like an idiom. I'll have to look it up later. Anyway, point is, that's another cat-like monster girl that I don't think we can encounter yet. Also, I should stop to recover. And just like that, 30 gold, and we're back to full health and mana. I don't think anyone has that nasty status effect. No. I also bought some extras of the herbs that recover that. And the main reason I was grinding the sewers was to get the night rocks to make better equipment. So I have an iron bow now for Rosalie, which is... it slows her down some, but it's good attack. Have a cestus for Aoi. That's a nice attack boost. Got a butcher knife for Reno. Again, another good attack boost. It doesn't boost your speed, but you hit harder. Come back over to Yakana and head into the sewers. I do still want to go back to the forest and get to the depths of that, because I believe there's another character there, but I wanted to just poke around here, show off the new other monsters that are in the area. First of all, there's this spot up here. There's a rope up there. You can't get there from here, but there's a rope ladder coming up from below, so that gives you the impression you can create a shortcut there later. And similar, there's a sign here, a coiled up rope, and this says, yeah, this rope is for investigating the sewers, please feel free to use it. You investigate the rope, you drop it down, you can climb down the rope. Okay, so here is the surfing. Yeah, I looked this up later. That's the thing I'm used to seeing, like yokai and fairies and such things, but turns out you put these together, that is a legitimate word. Much as the fae are known for being alluring, if you put that with woman, you get something that basically translates to temptress. Yeah, you also get the poisonous lizards from the woods. So what I like to do is focus on her, the electric, or rather light attack. Also on these. Yeah, she threw a kiss. Or well, that's the literal translation. It's the same idiom as blowing a kiss. So that's what's causing that status effect. 60 gold for the battle, and a Night Rock. And quickly reached level 11 and learned All Heal now. That sounds like the group heal. Yes, multi-target small healing. It's twice as expensive as the single target, but if you heal everyone at once, that's worth it. She also learned at some point a stronger single target one. She's got a number of attack spells, status attacks here. We have Poison, single target, Seal, single target, Blind, single target. This removes debuffs from all allies. Yeah, Oe has build up, I think I mentioned that earlier. Reno has learned this thing that's called Stab Vitals. It doesn't cause any status effects or anything, but it's a more powerful stabbing type attack. Estella has all her elemental blades here. And that thing that's weak damage and stun. Versely hasn't learned anything new yet. Okay, that's the Panacea type medicine. Got some more Poison Fangs. Yeah, and that guy was blocking off entrance to the main sewers, so I assume there's not much of anything here. Yeah, this is just a dead end. Oh, we got another swimsuit, and Stella learned Double Sword. Okay, so that's medium slashing type damage, so if anything doesn't have a specific weakness, or if they're weak against slashing, this is a better DPS choice than these, which are smaller damage. I haven't seen those other monsters yet, though. Let's try this out. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's kind of funny. When I was here earlier trying to farm for Night Rocks, I kept seeing those other things that don't drop Night Rocks. And now that I'm here for... Okay, here they are. So we've got Toge Skalgo. I think that's a combination of Toge, like thorn, and escargot, so thorny snails. So those are those things. And this is a two-tongued Mai. That sounds familiar. That's also a kind of snail. But it looks more like a barnacle. Or maybe I have them backwards. Anyway. Yeah, no, that's that one. Alright, light attack worked pretty well on these, so... Okay, maybe not that well. Yeah, but they're not too strong, they're just a little different. And they dropped a monster shell. Okay, there's another screen up there. Let's not go deeper into the sewers just yet. Because I wanted to go to the forest. Yeah, the main thing with those spiky snails is they tend to defend a lot. And they also have a self-healing ability. Okay, I could use those, but I have two people who are in that status effect, so... Let's use the Aroma Girl instead. Because the herbs cost 50, so I'd need to use two of those, so spending 100 here is the same economy. The screen turns kind of reddish, pinkish, and everyone's cured of that. And... yeah, let's recover MP. Yes, I keep forgetting to point out, this is Dungeon Hiroba, which is a motory-wide place. It's basically a plaza. So we're at the Dungeon Plaza. That was where the beginner's dungeon was, there's the advanced dungeon there, and then there's the forest dungeon in the middle. I believe this is conceptually the intermediate dungeon, they just give it an actual name because it's a forest. And yeah, common enemies in this part are not really a threat at this point. So we want to go deeper. Yeah, as this guy mentioned, there's some kind of dangerous turtle monster in there that probably want to avoid that for now. Okay, and this screen I haven't really explored. We just came in a little ways, ran into some... Okay, these are normal monsters. Yeah, as I was saying, we ran into some of the stronger things in here and kind of backed out. There's, Akide is normally think of as pretty, but in this case it's more like clean. 3 kitty cats. Kitty cats are fast and hit hard, but they drop, all 3 of them drop the white cat ears, so I could give everyone confusion immunity if I wanted to. Actually, that might not be a bad idea while we're here. Oh, not quite everyone. In that case, I'll give her the Barbara's Pearl again. Yeah, that's conceptually Barbara's, but anyone can use it. It's especially good for mages because it's +5 spirit. Yeah, I assume the water comes back if you leave the area and return. Okay, yeah, here is one of the stronger things, the Kumo Oji-san. I think they were weak against fire. Okay, that wasn't that bad. And we got 2 of the owl fangs and the bug leg. So these are all ingredients we could use to make more of those, what are basically half elixirs. Yeah, that thing. Don't want to run into that. Here's one of those mushrooms. They're not quite the same as the ones you encounter in the boss fight. Let's try electrocuting one. Never mind. That worked out. Mushroom spore, mushroom cap. Yeah, the ones you encounter in the wanted. Okay, I'll use level 12. We're in Zaberu upper, some kind of uppercut. Yeah, Quealy is coming in really handy for healing at this point. Okay, so that's low damage, but it's slashing and anti-air. This is technically low damage also, but bludgeoning. Anyway, we've got this here. Yeah, this is the intermediate person. There's not really a good English word for that, is there? We have beginners and we have experts, but we don't have intermediaters. But yeah, that's the equivalent of the thing we found in the beginner dungeon that says we cleared the intermediate dungeon. We got these butterflies floating around, and we have this fairy. Forest fairy, ara ningen da. Oh me, oh my humans. Basically. You must be incredible adventurers to come this deep into the forest. Not exactly an adventure, but it is rare for fairies to show themselves in front of people. Okay, so this fairy was apparently thinking about going on a trip into the human world. Okay, fairies since long ago. So, it's Nasu. Oh. As proof of adulthood. Something about flowers. They have to gather flowers. Flower nectar, I think, with magical power. And can't get them without going into the nearby human town. A great adventure. If it's alright, would you allow me to travel with you? If I'm with a skilled adventurer, that will make me feel safer. And I don't have any particular place to be, so I can help you out with your adventuring for a while. It's like a fairy joining us. And we can welcome the fairy or turn them down. But we're here to recruit people. So, yes, fairy's excited. It says it's worth asking. Thank you so much. And she's taking on a more human form because it's more convenient to travel with that way. Her name is Leafia, and she's going to be counting on us. And this is saying she's the Faring Word's daughter. Okay, so who can I take out for now? Let's take out Reno for now, put her in the party. And as she's wielding a spear, this is like a big wheel ring spear. That might be some kind of set phrase or something. Anyway, she's using that. It's 10 attack. That's pretty good. She has a Faerie's Wordstone. Plus 10 defense, resists spirit magic, so fire, ice, wind, earth. But does not protect you against physical, like all the normal ones do. So effectively, she is weak against physical attacks while using this, but resistant to common magic. But also gives plus 10 defense, so that sort of balances out the physical weakness to some extent. It depends a lot on how strong the enemy attacks are. She's got this fairy, it's like winged clothing. I think it's like a angel's raiment kind of thing. So, okay, it's clothing that's used to hide her wings with magic. So that's 2 defense, 8 spirit. And she has that anti-seal necklace, which I'll leave for now. Actually, no, I'll switch to the anti-poison, because we've seen more poisoning things around here. As far as skills go, she has the spear throwing ability that Mobco had, so small anti-air piercing damage. She has a wind magic spell, wind attack spell, weak wind damage. She has a healing spell, single target basic, and she has something called Bloom, which is multi-target wind and poisoning. Attack magic that uses the energy of nature. I think that is a character-specific ability. And yeah, there's still that thing there, which I still don't want to run into. So yeah, let's try out that Bloom ability. I forget that these resist wind. Of course, that's assuming she doesn't get confused by all the confuse attacks, and she did. Yeah, kitty cats are pretty dangerous. Mostly because of the confusion. Okay, so Stella got knocked out, so rather than risk something else going wrong, I'll just use this to just to see how it works. This lets you teleport back to the fountain in Gran from pretty much anywhere at pretty much any time. So that's your emergency escape ability. While we're here, I think I'll buy some more supplies. Yeah, I'll get another one of those just in case, and another 2 revival items, let's say. Yeah, that should be fine for now. And before finishing out the episode, let's see what happens if I actually try fighting this. Okay, it's a crystal tortoise. Looks pretty tough. I don't know what it would be weak against. Let's just try her strong ability. Double shot. Try light. Bludgeoning's probably good against shelled creatures, so... Now, first I'll have her build up. And we'll see how wind works. Okay, so that poisoned it, but it didn't do much damage. Light seems okay. Maybe earth would work better? Can I blind it, maybe? Let's try throwing a spear at it. It's defending. Okay, looks like earth does not work. Okay, status attack did not work. Try fire. Fire works pretty good. wind, I thought, didn't do very well. Yeah, let's try your power attack. Yeah, this hasn't done anything particularly dangerous just yet, which is almost worrying. I feel like there's more we haven't seen. Let's heal Risley. It's defending a lot. Oh, we actually beat it. Okay, I feel like I got lucky here. Recent experience, Queeling reached level 12 and we're in Slep? That sounds like a sleeping spell. Okay, I was not actually expecting to win that. Yeah, that's a sleeping. And I will heal the party. Heal her a little more. Yeah, let's call it a day. This has been Arafon playing Lady Knight Saga. Come back next time and we will head into the sewers.